Cheerful Poppy Moments greeting card. Hello, I'm Joanne of Crafting Inspirations. I am a Stampin Up Independent Demonstrator here in Newfoundland, Canada. I love to connect, inspire, and motivate new and exciting possibilities through stamping. Please feel free to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you like my videos. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be using the Poppy Moment dies, and you can order this with the order number 151594. It consists of 16 pieces, and let me show you what the pieces consist of, and I'll show you what ones we use today. So here's all the 16 pieces. So I'm just going to lay this aside. I'm going to be using the painted poppies, which corresponds with the dies that I just showed you. And the order number for that is 151599. It consists of 9 cling mount stamps. I'm also going to use a sentiment from the Thanks for the Laughs stamp set. I often think about how amazing you are. Today you get it in writing. So this consists of 10 stamps, and the order for that, order number for that is 151670. So it's these two sets are quite beautiful, and I love working with them. But today's card, I'm going to show you what we're going to be making. Looks like this, and there's no stamping on the front. It's all using the dies. And so we'll get started on how I assemble the front of the card, and we'll stamp the inside. So let me just move this out of the way. We're going to need a piece of Whisper White that is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So you cut your page down in halfway down on the 8.5 inch side, and then we're going to score it at 5.5. So I'm just going to score this here now. Take the bone folder and varnish it. Then we're going to need a piece of Saffron that is measured at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and that just leaves a little bit of a border around on our Whisper White on our base. Then we're going to need another piece of Whisper White, and I've already done the die cutting today. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4. So now, in order to get this look what I've got created here, there is a embossing cutting die that's inside. So I just took this and laid it down, ran it through my die cutting machine. Then once that was done, then I took it and I went down on the bottom like so. So that's how you get that look. And now I'm just going to punch out with, take your pick tool, which is a great tool. I'm just going to punch out the negative portion of the punch. So what this look will give you, you'll be able to see the saffron up through it. And if you like any of the products that you see and you're in Canada, you can certainly order it up through me. My Stampin' Up webpage is joannejohnson.stampinup.net. So that's JOANNJOHNSON.stampinup, and it's STAMPINUP.net. Yes, .net. And I'll have all the tools and stamp sets in the description below with the order numbers so that you can place your order. So now I'm just going to remove all these little pieces. So as you can see, once it gets laid down, you'll be able to see the So Saffron through it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this aside, and then we'll get started on the flowers of the card. So in this set, it comes with a die that is just the outline, and then there's a detailed poppy, and there's one for a large poppy and one for a small poppy. So what I did, the vellum that's in the floral essence suite, I use the vellum, and I use the big outline die to cut out these flowers. And then I took cardstock, so Saffron Cardstock, and I used these to cut out the flowers, like so. And I cut out one big flower and two smaller ones. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. And then we're just going to punch out our flowers. And you can always keep these little pieces that I'm punching out. And I'll show you a neat little technique that you can use on another card. If you cut out white flowers, if you cut out a white flower like that, you can use the white pieces to fill in here to give you a look like this. This is a card that I made at a class that I attended. So it was cut out with white, and then we use Rococo Rose to fill in so that you would have, and vice versa up here. So that's another way that you can use these negative images. But today we're just going to use this, and we're going to snail this down, not snail, sorry, glue with Tombow glue, or if you got a fine tip glue, you can use that as well. My fine tip glue, I can't get the stopper off, so I'm using Tombow glue. So you only need a little bit, and just go around the edges. Just put a little bit on there, and your fingers will get sticky. So, and there's a new catalog coming out June the 3rd, so stay tuned. I'm open to get some new product in very soon. So then you're just going to line it up. No, that's the wrong way. Let's see. There we go. I had to turn the opposite way. So then this should line up with your outline piece. There we go. And we're just going to let that dry, and we're going to continue on with the other flowers. Just going to line it up. I gotta flip over the vellum once again. And if you have any questions about what I'm doing or creating today, you can certainly leave a comment and I'll get back to you on that. And there's a little bit of glue stuck out over the edge on this one. I put a little bit too much glue. So I find that rubbing alcohol works fine for removing any glue off your fingers or off your project. So I'm just dabbing that there just a little bit because we're going to let this dry. I'm just moving that out of the way. We got one more flower to do. Nope. Wrong way once again. And let's bring back the rubbing alcohol. And one good thing with rubbing alcohol, it dries so quick. And now I'm just going to put these pieces to the side because I'll probably use these for another card. Should have moved them before I touched the glue. And now I'm just going to show you there's some leaves in here. So I use this leaf, this one, and this one. And I use vellum on these two, so to give me a look like this. And we'll need 2 of these. And then I use vellum on this one. And then I use cardstock on the more detailed leaves portion of this. So, and I just lay it down onto, this is Old Olive. So I use Old Olive cardstock. And I ran those through the die cutting machine. And I used the vellum that's in the Floral Essence Suite for the outline portion. So now I'm just going to move these away. So I use pretty much, I say about 70% of the die set. There's some smaller leaves and that kind of stuff in the set, but I use the bigger portions. It seemed like I cut my vellum upside down. So we're just going to lay that down and let that dry. Because there is a darker side and a lighter side of the vellum, and I seem to have put the darker side up when I put it through the Big Shot. And this one, I'm going to turn that one over. And like I said before, it's only a small little bit of glue. And this just makes the leaves a little bit more outlined, like so. And then there's, in this set, there's small little circles and half a circle for the center of our flowers. So I put that through on terracotta tile and Clipsal Curl. So we're going to need one big one. And I decided to use this one as well. And we're going to need 2, it almost looks like little tiaras or crowns. That's for the smaller flowers. And that is done in Clipsal Curl. So I'm just going to bring in the big flower again. And I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow glue. And I'm just going to put that in the center of the flower. And same thing with this one. And it just makes the flower look more realistic. And for these, I'm just going to put these little small crowns in the center. Like so. And that is it for the assembly of the cards, for the flowers and the leaves. So now I'm just going to use, since I got my tumbled glue out, I'm going to use tumbled glue on the back of the So Saffron. And I'm making sure my card opens the right way. And then we're just going to line this up. Like so. And one good thing with using tumbled glue for attaching your paper down or your cardstock down is that you got a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that it's even on all four sides. Where the border is very small, it's only 1/8 of an inch. It gives a little bit of wiggle room just in case if you had it over to one side or down at the bottom too far. So now with this Whisper White, I decided I'm going to use Stampin Up Dimensionals. Just to pop this up a little bit. And one in the center. Wasn't quite even. There we go. And now we're just adding these down. You can figure out how you want to position it. If you want one up above, down below, and then for the leaves, we could just tuck them in. So let's see. I'm just going to use some tumbled glue once again. And I'm just going to position that one there. And then take this one. And I'm going to position right there. And right here. So I'm just going to put the tumbled glue on the flower where the So Saffron in the center of the card. So you don't see the glue on the vellum. So then I'm just going to lay that one over the leaves. And then I'm just going to tuck this one under, and then I'm going to bring this one over. So there we go. Now there is a bit of a room if you want to write a sentiment and punch out a sentiment here. There's a little bit of room there that you can do so, but I decided to leave it just blank with no sentiment because the sentiment that we're using from the Thanks for the Laughs is a two-part step. So I figured I would just leave that inside. Let me find it. Today you get it in writing. And, oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. I often think about how amazing you are. So I'm just going to bring out a block. And this is block C. And then I think block G will cover this one, because I'm going to need a stamp now. I'm going to use the poppy and the leaf from the Painted Poppies. Just use this block, and this is block H. This is a block that you get when you sign up to Paper Pumpkin for a first-time subscriber. So now I'm just going to open up my card, and I'm going to bring out the So Saffron ink pad, and I'm going to put a couple of poppies . Coming down this way. And we'll put another. So the corner is filled in. We won't use the leaf because we got multiple poppies there. So then I'm going to use the sentiment. I often think about how amazing you are. So I'm just going to put this one up towards the top. And today you get it in writing. So that's a great little card to give it to someone you know as a friend. So there, that's our card for today. Join me next Sunday around the same time for my latest project. And please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for any latest new projects that I will be doing. If you want to place an order, if you live in Canada, you can do so by going to joannejohnson.stampinup.net. You can visit my Facebook page. It's Joanne's Crafting Inspirations page, and see some more videos. Some will be duplicated, but there will be some that are new that I don't do on YouTube. If you know of anyone who would like this video, you can certainly send this link to them as well. And I want to say thank you for watching and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.